Hi boys and girls, today we're going to come back to review shapes and see what we know about them. And we're also going to do something called composing shapes today to create different shapes. So basically compose means when we put smaller shapes together to make a new shape, okay? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's review though what we know. I think you remember him. This is Ricky the Rectangle. Ricky the Rectangle, remember, has 4 sides, but 2 of the sides are shorter and 2 of the sides are longer. And he also has 4 vertices. Ricky the Rectangle. This is Susie the Circle. Susie the Circle has 0 sides and 0 vertices. And it goes round and round the circle. This is Sammy the Square. Sammy the Square has 4 equal sides and 4 vertices. All of his sides are equal. Tommy the Triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. Okay, so that's what we have learned about shapes that are 2-dimensional. We've also talked about this 2-dimensional shape. If you remember, you can whisper it to me now. It's a hexagon. Very good. The hexagon, if you remember, has 6 sides and it also has 6 vertices. Very good, boys and girls. When we talk about composing today, we're going to play with shapes that we already know. So you boys and girls know that this shape is called if I pick it up and show you, it's called a square. It's got 4 equal sides. It's got 4 vertices. Sometimes we can put smaller shapes together, like we talked about, to make bigger shapes or even to make new shapes. So look what I did here. I took the square and I made 2 squares connected this way, and then I took those same 2 squares and I changed their position this way. So just from looking at the square, we can see that we formed a new shape. Do you know what shape this is? Let's see if you remember. So I used Sammy the Square, right? And when I put 2 of those squares together, it made this shape. It made Ricky the Rectangle. See, if I turned him around, Ricky, he would look just like that. It doesn't matter, remember, if the shape is turned differently. It's still identified by a rectangle if it has 4 vertices or corners. And look, this shape now has 2 smaller sides and 2 longer sides. So 2 squares coming together here made a new shape. It made Ricky the Rectangle. Let's take a look down here at the same shape. Look, 4 squares coming together like this can also make a bigger what, boys and girls? 4 squares that are smaller that come together can make still a bigger square. This is still Sammy the Square because the sides are all equal and it has 4 vertices. See how the sides here, they're all equal. And if I took a piece of tape and actually put this shape together, you could see that, okay? I left them a little more cut out and just like loose at the table so I could show you that I built them. So from the square we learned if we're using a small square, we can use 2 small squares to build a rectangle going this way with the 2 smaller sides and 2 longer sides. We can also build a rectangle this way with 2 smaller sides and 2 longer sides. And we can even use those same smaller squares to build a bigger square. Great job. Okay, now look what I did here. Do you remember what this shape is? The shape is you got it, a rectangle. Even though Ricky the Rectangle is facing this way, we could do that with this shape as well. Look, it could face that way. Doesn't matter which way you turn it, as long as it has 2 shorter sides, 2 longer sides, and 4 vertices, it's identified as a rectangle. Look what happens here. If I were to put these 3 rectangles together, what shape does that make now? And if you have tape at home and you want to go ahead and use that, you're more than welcome to. I'm just kind of leaving them almost like loose puzzle pieces to show you what new shape. You guys got it. So it's no longer a rectangle, right? The sides now look equal, right? So it's it's Sammy the Square. Ricky the Rectangle are the smaller pieces. but all three of those rectangles coming together make a new shape. It makes Sammy the square. Boys and girls, could I make a new shape from a circle? From Susie the circle? Could I make any new shapes with her? No, I couldn't make new shapes out of a circle because it doesn't have any vertices and it doesn't have any sides, okay? I want to show you a new way now. We're going to look at this shape that we've talked about. This is a hexagon. It has 6 sides and it also has 6 corners. Okay, so look what I could do here. This is actually really fun. I'm going to come down this way and show you. Look what I did. Do you know what shape I used to make a new hexagon? Let me take it out. Almost like a piece of a pie here. If I took the shape out, what shape is this? Very good, boys and girls. It's a triangle. It's got 3 sides and 3 vertices. But look, I can turn them in such a way. I put all the points together in the middle. And if I were to tape that really well, look what new shape it made. It made the shape of a hexagon. Let's count how many small triangles could fit together to make the hexagon. Ready? Let's start here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of these triangles fit into this hexagon to create a new shape. So 6 triangles made the shape of a hexagon. I don't know if we've talked about the shape yet, but you might know it. This shape is a trapezoid. It's a red trapezoid. It's got 4 vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. These 2 sides are equal, and one of these top sides here is shorter than the bottom. Okay, so it's still got 4 sides, but they're not all equal. But look what happens if I take a trapezoid like this, and I take the second trapezoid and flip it. Look what new shape it can make again. It can make the hexagon. So 2 of these shapes come together to make a new shape, to make the hexagon. Very good. Okay, here's still one more way with triangles. So you identify this as a triangle because it has 3 sides and 3 vertices. Look at this. If I take it and flip it almost like a puzzle, I put one of the triangles this way. I could put one of the triangles, sorry, I'm going to flip it this way. Then I could put one triangle here and one triangle here. And if I connected all those, you could actually see the new shape is a bigger triangle. So how many small triangles did I use to make the bigger triangle? See the bigger triangle? 1, 2, 3 vertices. 1, 2, 3 sides. Let's count. How many smaller triangles did I use? I used 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome job. Here's another new shape that's fun to learn too. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It's a diamond. A diamond, boys and girls, has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners or vertices, and it also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. But look what else I can do. If I took that same shape, which is a triangle, I can see that I can put one triangle like this, and if I take that other triangle and flip it this way, I'm trying to see, there you go. Now look, it made the shape of a diamond. How many smaller triangles make up the diamond? There's 2. Great job today. What we just learned about was working with shapes to compose new shapes. So remember, sometimes you could take that one shape to make a bigger shape that's the same, right? Like we made a bigger square here with the smaller squares. Sometimes you could take that same shape and make a totally different shape, like the square became a rectangle. This triangle here, we used 4 smaller triangles to make a bigger triangle, but we also used those same 2 triangles to make a diamond. And we used 6 of those smaller triangles to make a hexagon. So keep playing with these shapes. If you need me to, I will rescan these Fontanagram pieces for you to play with and to try to compose new shapes at home. Have fun, guys. Bye.